Hey, we're going to go down memory lane for 2024. I just want to thank everybody for their unique purchases and impacting our lives, and I hope we impacted theirs in a positive way for unique gifts that only we would make.
It has been a great year. It really has. We have met a lot of nice people, a lot of great stories. There's a lot of personal things that go on behind the scenes with people and their stories. And we would love to just thank each and every one of you for trusting us with your projects.
Let's go heaviest. 2-ton Tessie. Got rid of my family jewels on that one. I couldn't got luckier on that. I mean, that would have actually killed me. If I would have fell and that fell on me, that could have easily killed me or crippled me. That pig was just heavy, you know, and it got away from. I figured out what happened. The root ball on that was funky shaped. I couldn't hold it. Greg's on a camera. I'm trying not to make it really obvious. I'm like, Greg, get out of the way. It's coming. I can't hold it, kind of thing. And it just took off. Thank God it stood up. And what are the odds of me landing on one fork without my hands really touching anything? I got still scraped. That was the heaviest project for me. And then the 7-foot bear was probably the tallest project, and that had some uniqueness too. So the 7-foot bear, these people had a bear in their yard for years, and it kind of rotted away. And then the 2-ton Tessie bear, that was a tree from their property, so that had sentimental value to them. It was a unique tree, right? And they have a beautiful piece of property with a lake on it and everything. How about you, Barb? What are you thinking?
Cardinals. Cardinals. So when we were at shows and people would come up to me and say, I love your cardinals. I cried a couple of times just because people gave me their stories of their loved ones that had passed and the meaning of the cardinals, and just touched my life. So it's the intimate connection with our customers that just makes my heart happy. So I think that's where,
it.
Yeah, the
that's one of them
for me.
And for us too, we've get the girlfriends getting unique gifts for their husbands. Like we did that Harley thing last year. How about the wedding bench this year? So Barb was all on that. You know, no one wants to get married more than her.
Hint, hint. Maybe one day. Anyhow.
You got to be good.
The wedding bench. It was even on the day after they picked it up for the wedding and it was unsigned. The whole entire day, all I could think about was that cute couple. You know, I felt like we were part of their venue, and it was so sweet. And then to see it coming back to us with all the signatures, and I read each and every signature and the wishes. It was very touching.
Yeah, nothing got screwed up. That's the other thing we were worried, like, oh, someone's going to smudge something, or someone's going to write it.
I was worried about the house burning down.
yeah.
I'm like, this bench cannot be replaced. Please, whatever you do, be very careful.
Yeah, no pressure on us. Or that was super sweet, and she was super sweet, and he was super excited about getting it for her. So that was cool. Cody and Katrina.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that. See, I don't have Alzheimer's. I'm good. I'm golden. You know, that was kind of a good one. How about the trumpet bear? That was one of our first funny ones. You know,
I was like, you're doing what?
Yeah, I'm like,
a trumpet bear?
Yeah,
what?
Yeah, and I like, Barb, I told you, don't let me take on projects that I don't know how to carve. But I do it all the time. I torture myself. Yeah, so I'm like, how do I do this? And
well, I was worried that he was gonna like get me up one morning trying to blow into the trumpet, and thank God he didn't know how to purge his lips to get the sound in the mouth.
I tried.
He would have tortured me.
I tried. Yeah, that was the beginning of some of the wild stuff. How about the sloth? That was pretty unique.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
the sloth.
Lady from Brazil. We had 2 people back-to-back weekends from Brazil when we were at Sorgles, which was kind of unique. That's funny.
Yeah.
You know?
So when they come and you're like, sure, we can do that, no problem. And then they give us their half down and they walk away, and we're like,
what are we gonna do? And the guy. So what makes that different for me? I'm like, this guy's looking me in the face like, come on, man, just get this done. Make her happy, please. Just do it. Just say yes. Just do it. I'm like, all right. And I have a terrible time telling people no. I am the absolute. Except for you.
Right.
Except for you.
I know.
But yeah, everybody else.
Yeah, no comes very easy to you.
Hey, the double bear bench was probably one of the most unique things in the spring. We did that early in the spring. These folks called up, sent me some pictures of 2 different bears that weren't on the same bench, and then I had to figure out how to get it on there. And one, the bear had his hand behind the back and grabbing it with the other hand. I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to do this one? And the other one was
the cardinal. There was
no,
a cardinal on that bench.
No, that one, no, it had a Cubs on the other side.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, you got to get your facts straight, Barb. Come on.
Oh,
we do this every day. We do this every Big Mom with a cub over it, and how am I going to squeeze all this in there? Yeah, yeah. So I made everything a little bigger. The picture they sent me, it was kind of crammed in there. One thing, we have a huge log selection, so that helps us a ton.
How about the koala?
Yeah, koala was another one. I collect koalas.
500. Over 500.
Yeah, 2 rooms. But she started collecting it years ago. Yeah. Kids move out. Nope, my koala collection.
Can't come back.
Sorry, bub. Yep, bedroom's closed. You're out. You left. No return.
No coming back, buddy.
And she was all quiet and shy and walked up. Hey, could you make me a koala bear? And I was busy and everything. And I stick a smile on my face because I'm like, geez, I have no idea what a koala bear looks like, But then once you get started, and then what I really do to mentally get me ready for things, because I'm not an artist. I'll tell everyone, I can't draw a stick person. I really can't. I'm terrible.
It's hard. Ask Greg when Bill writes his paycheck.
Yeah, the bank sends it back. The bank sends it back. Some little kid scribble on here or whatever. But once I start researching the animal, then I get into it, and then my confidence builds, and then you have an idea in your mind. You got to have an idea in your mind what this thing looks like before you kind of get started in the scale of everything. I think that's really important, that I've kind of worked at the last few years more. So before, when we just ran a construction company and carved whenever we could, I just made what I knew how to make. And I'd done that for probably 18 years or so. And that was fun. And then we kind of retired from that kind of stuff and added more craziness into our lives. And
that's
we
right. I
all the
like
time.
Crazy. I like this crazy.
So this is all Barb's fault. She, wanted to be a full-time artist. So here we are. So it's how I got drugged down this path.
And it's been a wild ride, and
you've always loved artwork.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah,
and
so that makes her happy. So
the unique piece that you made at the Hookstown Fair.
Yeah. So we have a buddy at the Hookstown Fair. He always hangs out with us and supports us, and his wife does too. So they bought a piece of property that was a swamp. So they decided to plant an alligator, and they call it the swamp.
So it's on one of our 2 1/4 inch flat slabs with a huge alligator, and it says the swamp.
Yeah, so. and it was fun to make, and the paint job was awesome on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they were really surprised how nice it turned out. And it was fun making them, because they're super nice to us, and you can't get enough of that.
How about all of our campgrounds and our fair people that all throughout the year have supported us?
Yeah, and we started out doing campgrounds, so that's really what led us down the path that we're in, was getting the campgrounds. So we had Peaceful Valley was one of the first ones we've had. Hickory Hollow. Mountain Pines, yeah, they've helped us tons over the years. Our new ones are over in Ohio at Milton Lake.
Milton,
KOA. Yeah, they're great, unique people.
Austin Lake,
and Bill. Funny, big Sasquatch fan. Yeah. And probably the fairs just started rolling around the last couple of years. We started out with Hookstown, which another carver got us that job, which was nice. And then we kind of got a unique carving from there, that swamp carving. So that was really cool.
And then Sorgles. That's where this all started, was Sorgles. This was our 20th year being there, and we want to thank the Sorgel family for continuing to support us every year, letting us do our thing there.
Yeah, that was my Christmas money for 2 decades. So yeah, that was pretty cool. We just started out carving pumpkins only. That's all I knew how to carve, pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. So probably one of the craziest things we ever made was that slide.
Oh, the slide
for the airplane pilot. He called me like 3 times, and I'm like, hey, I guess you're serious. Exactly what I told him, because I didn't really care if I built this thing or not, because it was stressing me out how we're going to do all this stuff.
So the slide, he wanted it from his 2nd floor to go down into his family room. Bill's like, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, as long as I don't got to install it. Yeah. And what happened with it some was you're ripping down there. I mean, you're going fast, but that was a pretty
just
unique
trying
project.
to figure out, like,
Oh,
you
I
had to
spent
buy
days
some
in that
extra
thing.
tools.
Oh,
you bought
yeah.
extra stuff just to
It's
try
ju-
to get it planed
it-
down
and
the
it-
right way,
and
so
it all-
nobody got a splinter.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the biggest thing I was worried about. I mean, geez, something would come up and just, put a 10-inch splinter in someone's rear end, wouldn't be fun, especially a kid, But I ended up going back to my original idea. I started out with a 10-inch circular saw. I have a 16-inch circular saw, and the blade kept bending on me all the time. And my original idea was just, damn it, grab the gouge and just do it. And I only had one log that I cut in half that was going to fit this situation. So I chipped and poked, and it was taking forever, wasn't getting anywhere. And I just said, hell with it. And I just grabbed the gouge and went to it with the gouge. And then Max and me went to hitting it with the planers, and then ground and sanded. And then it took, what, 5 of us, I think, to carry it in. It was all we had for 5 of us to get this in this guy's house.
And then we had our friend AJ do all the metal work.
Actually, Kurt Robinson did the install.
Oh, did he?
My buddy
Okay,
Kurt.
yeah.
Yeah, a framing friend of mine. He has a big set of kahunas, like super heavy. You know what? He got the cuts right. I mean, he's amazing. He is very amazing.
And it's nice because with the construction company, Bill has a lot of back friends that are very talented. So if there's ever a question about anything, it's like Bill picks up the phone and is like, hey, you know about this? Hey, can you help me with that? And you know what? Each and every one of them step up. And
Yeah, Craig Steve's another one always.
yeah, really, they'll drop whatever, So Bill always says, to have a friend, you got to be a friend. And
Hey, my favorite saying.
It really is true, because I mean, we could be in Florida and doing something, and then something go on up here, and
One of the
it's
rental
just
houses.
to pick up a phone and boom, they're right there ready to help us. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Hey, special thanks to our guest carvers that helped us out this year. Hey, the famous TikTok and YouTube Chainsaw Jenna helped us out first. Then we had Ben and Melinda come down from Reynolds Rustic for a couple days, built some inventory. Actually, we had a lot of fun with them. They go on vacation with us. We all get along great. And he's great at speed carving. So we did a whole video on the speed carving. That was actually a really nice video for us. Then, of course, we have Justin Driver, who comes a couple times a year and lives at our house for a week or two. My Sasquatch man, he taught me how to make Sasquatches, and he's probably the best Sasquatch maker around on the East Coast. And he's just totally entertaining to begin with. If you can understand what he's saying, since he's from Kentucky and he talks really fast, good luck. But special thanks to all those guys for supporting us and being our friends for us. So,
And at this point in the video, I would love to grab Greg's camera and be behind there and have Greg come over with Bill.
all right,
And-
come on,
Yeah, so,
no,
yeah.
come on,
Yep.
come on.
Okay, this is the
Unknown artist right here.
So you guys got all dolled up, didn't tell me I was going to be on here.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's the way we like it. We want to embarrass your ass. Hey.
the end, folks, of 2024. Can't wait for 2025 to ring in the new year and see what new adventures we come up with. So please don't forget, like and subscribe our channel and wait for the interesting things to come.
Hey, guess what? We're going to be the only chainsaw carvers ripping it out in the Florida Keys this year. So we'll have some unique videos for 2025.
We're going to be carving the keys.
Come check us out. It's going to be a lot bluer and not so white, I promise.